The following presentation is provided as general information only. For specific advice, you must be a client of Jedi.Tax. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my presentation of Business Basics. I'm Rosalind Brinson, and I run Jedi.TaxNYC, a division of Jedi.Tax. I am a registered New York State tax preparer, and I'm also in partnership with Jedi.Tax in Pomona, California. So, welcome. Uh, Today's presentation is Business Basics, or Hey, Rosalind, how'd you do it? I got a lot of questions from my friends about how I started my business, so I decided to do this little presentation, and hopefully it will help someone. The topics we're going to cover in this presentation are business or hobby, business basics, government stuff, professional help, and resources. So, without further ado, let's go. So, you want to figure out whether your business is really a business or a hobby. These are some IRS Internal Revenue Service guidelines, and they're pretty straightforward. If your business has made a profit, if you've provided a service or a product that's made a profit within 3 years, you are a business, according to the IRS. If you have not made a profit within 3 years, your business isn't really a business in the eyes of the IRS. You're still considered a hobby. However, if you had a business and you made a profit for 2 years, but maybe not the third year, you're still a business. You just had an off year. Other factors that are considered is your record keeping. Are you treating the hobby as a business? Are you keeping track of your expenses? Are you keeping track of your sales? What are your losses? What are your assets? Are you depending on the business to support you to pay your bills? I know there have been folks who have been laid off or took early retirement and they're starting a business, and that business is going to, the plan for that business is to cover your monthly bills, cover your mortgage. That's another factor in determining whether your business is really a business or a hobby. So, it's a business. Congratulations. Now you have to figure out, which way do I go? What do I do next? Um, these are the main things that you need to have in order to have a successful business, or to at least have a business that's getting off the ground. First of all, you need a name. Your name is your brand. Choose your name wisely. But it is okay to change your name or your logo or your branding as you grow. When I started my jewelry business, it was under my initials, RMB Designs. Then I discovered that there was an architect who was also RMB Designs. So I did end up changing my name to Pond's Edge Designs by Rosalind Brinson. So it's okay to change your name or to change your logo or your brand as your business changes. But still, choose wisely. Make sure you're organized. Have your inventory organized. If you need a license or a certification for your business, make sure you have that and make sure it's current. If you need an EIN or employer identification number from the IRS, make sure you have that ready. A website, a standalone website. I know there are a lot of crafters like myself who make handmade products, and we use Etsy or Shopify or Artfire, which is fine, but it's always good to have your own standalone website. Your social media presence. Make sure you have something, even if it's just Facebook and Instagram, just something where you can put up pictures or videos like this one, or make sure you have something that's accessible that people can contact you. Um, Marketing material, your business card, flyers. If you're going to be doing pop-up shops or anything like that, or presentations in public, make sure you have your signs, all that good stuff. And your elevator pitch. Basically, your elevator pitch is about a 30-second pitch about what your business is and what you can do. The theory is if you're in an elevator with someone that you want to get business from or you think might be able to help you with your business, you pretty much have 30 seconds to make a first impression on that person before they step out of the elevator. So that's where that comes from. Create your stuff. If you're doing handmade stuff, start making stuff. And learn a new technique, take a class, do a YouTube video tutorial, and create enough inventory so that if you do go to a pop-up shop or a live event, you have enough inventory to sell. I mean, it's good to be sold out, but you don't want to sell out too soon. You don't want to be sitting at a 4-hour pop up and all of a sudden you're sold out in the first hour and then you don't have anything for people who come late. So try and create enough inventory that you might have to bring some of it back home. And that's fine. But, you got to have enough to sell in the first place. Do your research, test your products, uh, check out other companies that are in your categories. Look at them, see what they're doing. Look at their reviews. Look at the products that they're offering. Look at the services that they're offering. Try and see what makes you different. Maybe it's just location, or maybe you have a different way of providing your services. Maybe you're all virtual. Maybe you're virtual and taking live appointments. So see what other people are doing. It doesn't hurt to do your research. And last but not least, the most important thing, customer service. Customer service is everything. Um, Whether you have a new customer and you offer them a coupon for their next order, put a thank you card in the box when you ship the person's order out. Um, Make your packaging look nice. Put a little confetti in there. Put some sparkles on it. Just do something to make it stand out and to show the customer that you actually care about their order and you want to make sure that they're happy. Respond to emails within 24 hours, 48 max. If someone calls you, make sure you return the phone call within 24 hours. Little things like that go a long way. I've seen many stories about bad customer service, and believe me, you don't want that. Reputation is everything. Word will get out that you treated someone badly, especially on social media, and you just don't need that hassle. So be mindful of your customer service. Okay. So you have a bit. It's your business. You have a name. You got your branding. The next step is to figure out, and this is for tax purposes, how do I classify my business? Now, most people who own a business are a sole proprietor. That means it's just you. Um, you might not even have an EIN yet. You're probably just filing your taxes as a Schedule C, self-employed, and you're using your social security number. That's fine. That's fine, especially if you're just starting out. Eventually, if your business grows, you want an EIN, but it's okay to use your social security number. You file your taxes as a Schedule C, which is self-employment. If you are bringing in enough money, you make sure you file your quarterly tax payments with the IRS in your state. If you're collecting sales tax, make sure you have your sales tax ready to submit to your state's tax department. It's usually, sometimes it's once a year, sometimes it's quarterly, depending on how much you're earning. The other classification is a partnership. Partnerships can be something simple, like you and cousin Pookie decide you're going to get into sneaker business, and you do a partnership to figure out who's responsible for what, how much each person is going to get paid for doing what they're supposed to do, how the profits are going to be split. Usually a partnership is for a professional service, like an accounting firm, a law firm, medical practice, you know, Shakovitz and Shakovitz, or Celino and Barnes and that kind of thing. Jacoby and Myers, those are partnerships, and those partnerships hire people to work under them. So it's usually, a partnership is generally for a profession, but it can also be for someone who's teaming up with friends or family, and you want to do a partnership. The next one is the most popular business classification. Everybody's becoming an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation. Limited liability corporation. Say that 5 times fast. It protects your personal assets. It keeps your personal assets separate from your business assets. You do file your tax as self-employed, Schedule C. You indicate your business name, your LLC, the state that your LLC is in, and whether or not you've renewed your LLC. Usually LLCs have to be renewed, at least in New York it does, and it's an annual renewal. And then finally, we have the C Corp or S Corporation. Usually, a C Corp or an S Corporation is a large company that is publicly traded, or about to be publicly traded. Um, it's The corporation is its own entity, even though they might be owners and partners. Um, it is considered a larger entity, so that's usually what a C corp or an S corp would fall under. If you're just starting out, you're not going to be a C corp or an S corporation. So you might need some professional help as your business grows or changes. And these are some of the professionals that you might have to enlist. An attorney, especially if you're dealing with contracts. If you're dealing with patents, you need a patent attorney. That's a special type of attorney. Copyrights, trademarks, and that also is a legal specialty. So you need someone that specializes in trademarks. I think, and don't quote me on this, trademarks and patents. Um, I think there's a specific type of attorney. One would usually handle both. So if you get a patent attorney, sometimes they do the trademarks also, but you'd have to look into that. It's an expense, but believe me, it's well worth it. Making sure everything's right the first time around. You might need an accountant or a tax professional like Jedi.Tax, obviously to do taxes, to make sure your taxes are filed on time, to review your budget. Maybe you're trying to figure out uh, where most of your expenditures are coming from, and you want a second pair of eyes to look at it and to give you some ideas. Um, and you might need to do some forensic accounting. If cousin Pookie's been using the charge card quite a bit, and you're not sure what he's using the charge card for, you might need a forensic accountant to step in and look at the books and say, hey, this particular card's been used a lot, and it's at a strip club. Might want to talk to cousin Pookie about that. So, yeah, you would need a forensic accountant. Um, a coach, business coach, life coach, maybe, would help give advice on how you're organized, ways you can improve the organization of your company. If you want to try and set specific goals and you're having trouble figuring out what type of goal to set, a coach can help you with that. Business growth, if you're trying to figure out if you need to go into new markets, or maybe you need to change your product a little bit, or maybe it's time to change your branding, a business coach can steer you in the right direction. And then you might need a marketing person, someone to help you create and submit your ads for social media. Maybe you need ideas on a logo or packaging. You might need help finding your target audience. A good marketing person can help you look at your customer base and help you figure out what people you should be reaching out to. I mean, if you're selling personal care products like, body washes and stuff like that, you don't want to put ads in front of people who are interested in, beer and donuts. So a marketing consultant can help you figure out where to find your customers. Then we have resources. These are free resources on how to get started with your business. These are the three main people that you're going to go to when you first start out to make sure you have your ducks in a row. And then if you have any questions, you can reach out to the professionals that I listed in the previous screen. But the first place you probably will go to is Irs.gov. This is where you figure out how you're going to file your taxes, whether or not you need an EIN, or if it's time for you to get one or not. To obtain an EIN is free, so don't worry about that. You will have to submit some information, but it is free to obtain one. Then we have the Sba.gov, which is a Small Business Administration. That is a perfect go-to site for information on loans. Everybody was running to them to figure out the PPP loans and to see what grants are out there. There are grants for minority-owned business. There's grants for women-owned business. Grants in specific areas. If you're a nonprofit and you're serving a particular community, there might be grants for you there. The Small Business Administration, that's your first place to go to for that type of information. They also have, well, back in the day, they had mentorships where there were people who are retired executives in certain industries, and you can reach out to them via email and ask questions about your business, and they can respond, or either email or phone, and they can talk you through certain things. So that's a good source to go to. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, is your state's tax department. If you're selling a retail product, you definitely need to go here and find out if you need to collect sales tax for your products and how to register for a sales tax certificate. I know in New York, you do need to register. You do need a sales tax certificate. You need to collect sales tax on your items, and you have to submit your sales tax return, which is separate from your federal return and your state business return. Sales tax returns are a separate thing that need to be filed. Sometimes it's yearly, sometimes it's quarterly, depending on how much you're bringing in. So your state tax department is definitely one of the first places to go to. Some even have their own separate section for how to start a business in such and such state. And that's probably where you click first to get all the information that you need. Let's see. So, I believe we've covered what we need to cover in today's presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. It's Rosalind at Jedi.TaxNYC. You can also find me on Facebook, Jedi.TaxNYC. I am on Instagram as well, Jedi.TaxNYC. And if you are interested in having your taxes prepared, please let us know. We'll be happy to help you. And if there's a particular topic that you would like more information on, or maybe do a presentation on, let me know, and I will pull my resources and put together another presentation. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And this is Rosalind Brinson at Jedi.TaxNYC, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.